Well, chit-chat, Kit Kats. Oh my goodness, it was a productive day today. So today I went through my refrigerator and I went through everything and looked at expiration dates and threw stuff out, and all of the sugar-free things that I had in there, the sauces, and I had a lot of sugar-free jams and sauces and everything in there, and they all got thrown out today. And bread. I had just bought a bunch of bread, all of it out today. So that was a productive day. Then I took some eggs and I got them ready. You know, I coated them. Now when I coat the eggs, I'll put the gloves on, you know, and it just takes a little oil. I use the beef tallow. I found that works really, really well for coating your eggs if you were keeping them outside and you're traveling, etc. And so I got some eggs coated so that I can take off and go somewhere. But of course I dropped one of them on the tile floor. Nothing like cleaning up an egg off your tile floor. Okay, yeah. So that happened as well. But yeah, threw them out. The sugar-free things, got rid of them all. The sweet and low, whatever it was, Splenda, out it went. I do have some other ones, coffee things and stuff. I put them away somewhere. I had just bought all of these coffee ones, but they have the sucralose and stuff in them. So, you know, they're gone. I ordered a lot of the monk fruit ones. Now, I did find some monk fruit ones that are I got one that's got caramel, which I'm trying now. It's not bad. It's not a strong flavor, but it gives a little oomph to it. So that's also the Now Brown. Okay. So I'm having that now. I had, you know, made one of my sparkling drinks as well. And this morning when I get up, I have a small little glass of the V8 juice. I'll have a little glass of that. So yeah, I have definitely more energy than I have been having. So tonight I'm going to have a steak. I had a T-bone steak in there. So I'm going to have that this evening. And I did have eggs today. I did not make my cucumber salad today yet. I may still make some a little later, although I may not need to because it's already 5 o'clock. Now I did lay down and took a short nap, but nothing like, you know, it's been where I've just been absolutely drained. So yeah, it feels good to get the refrigerator. The refrigerator looks bare now. My bottom drawer has all my cheeses in it because I do quite a few cheeses. The next drawer up has my vegetable things in it, okay? And then the shelves I have a cottage cheese, and then I have a few different tomato-based things. You know, the mild, like you use with Tostitos and that type of thing, and a pizza sauce, and those things I have in there. And one other thing I did keep that's very low carb, no sugar, is the those yam noodle things. So I might make something with that. I do have like miso in there as well. And another thing that I have that I might make something pretty soon is the Japanese curry, which is mild. So that I do have, okay? But I might make pretty soon something with the yam noodles, make it like either, you know, I don't know if I'll do it with the curry or if I'll do it with the, you know, spaghetti sauce, something like that. And I'll see how that works. Now, I have had those before. I've used them in more of a soup type thing. But we'll see how they work. Anyway, all good. But it felt good to get that refrigerator totally cleaned out. Oh, I have kimchi in there too. Kimchi, you know. So I do have a few things in there. But you open it up and it's like bare. Really bare. But that is a nice feeling, actually. Go in and my thing is bare. So I'm going to make sure, you know, when I go get something to eat, I'm not going to get an overabundance of things anymore. I'll go out and, like I said, I had the T-bone in my freezer. I do have some things in my freezer. I'm going to go through there as well. A lot of things to throw out that are carb-based type things as well. So that will be my next one, to go through the freezer. But I'm going to keep it more minimal. You know, go to the store and just get stuff for that day, for that day's meals. And that's it. I'm not going to go buy up stuff for a week or 2 weeks or something. Because a lot of times I get it and then it's just too much. And it just goes to waste. So I'm going to cut back on what I buy at the grocery store. You know, I said I'm going to have that T-bone tonight. And then go through my freezer. Now, some of the things may have to be thrown because they probably frostburned by now. They've been in there so long. But I'm going to, like I said, start going out and buying just stuff for one thing. Because usually, if I get things like hamburger or something, it'll last three meals or so. 3 or 4 meals. So to buy a bunch of it doesn't make sense. I'm kind of starting to feel a bit like I want chicken. So maybe I'll go and just get chicken. I might just go through and get something like Popeyes or something. Now, I'm not going to eat a lot of that type of thing because of the oils they cook them in. If I could find a place that actually cooks it in lard or something like that, that would be better. But I don't think most of them use that. And if I go in and I get chicken, something, I could just get 2 pieces and that's it. I don't get the dinners or anything. I just strictly get a little bit of chicken. And that's it. But we'll see. Anyway, I liked when I used to go sometimes to KFC. They had the, you know, the rotisserie type, which I like to get, but their chickens, have you noticed the KFC, the chickens they get now, they don't look like they're from chickens. They look like they're from, you know, just little bitty tiny, you know, quail or something. I just never saw such small chickens in my life. So I don't know what happened to KFC. It used to be decent, but, you know, the last couple times I've ever gone there, it's like little bitty, nothing. So I don't usually go to KFC anymore, but yeah, that was my day. It's nice to have a little more energy. Now I'm far from, fully active, but I did notice a definite improvement today. Yeah. So that was good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking at taking off again for a few days. We'll see. I think I'll probably just go to maybe one of the state parks for a day, day or two. Up north maybe. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I might do something a little different. Because how I am. I like to be on the road. I can only sit in the home base for so long before it says, no, it's time to get out. It's time to be on the road and see some other scenery. I so wish I could find a tiny house. I would actually like to spend a day or two in a tiny house and see what it's like. When I came out here, I wanted really to have a tiny house, but you can't find a place that you can have one on land. It's really difficult. Most of the places, they say you have to have an X amount of square footage, and it has to be, So I wasn't able to find it. But I do prefer something more simple than what I have here. This is just overwhelming for me, really. When you have something like this, it just gathers tons of stuff and it becomes overwhelming. I don't even know where to begin, And I'd like to get rid of 90% of the things that are here. But how to even go about it? I've got a whole room of instruments. All kind of drums, ukuleles, all sorts of instruments. Okay? Now, some of them are fun to do. Once in a while, I like to drag out my big drum and play along with Cladonia. I actually do have a big drum, like Cladonia. And I enjoy that sometimes. I have a couple cajones, okay? I have a Mideastern type drum. I have Irish hand drum. Native American drums, many. You don't even want to know. It looks like I've got a music store here. So, yeah, I just need to, really downsize, and it's, yeah, really, I need to downsize. Because, like I said, it becomes overwhelming. There's just so much stuff, and it piles up, and then I don't even know where to begin. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on here. But I would love to be somewhere, where there's more green. Sometimes I really do miss that. Having lived in the Northwest, up in Washington State. I really do love to be where there's more green and things. Not that I don't enjoy the desert. I do. I really enjoy the mountain here. That's why I moved here. I picked here to move when I saw that mountain. I do enjoy mountains as well. But I do like to have some green, and I would like to have a home where I'm not looking out and seeing a house and a wall, and that's it. I look out my windows and I have no nature. I don't see any type of nature. It's just a lot of walls. And as nice as this is, I have to see some nature, you know. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm, you know, closed in. And, yeah. One thing that does help in here, I have very high ceilings. And that does help a bit. But, you know, it's not the same as being able to see out and having nature out there, some green, something, you know, rather than a wall here and a house there. And that's all I see, a wall and a house. Not my ideal scenery, okay? Same thing in my tarot room. If I look out the window there, all I see are houses across the street. Nothing green, no trees, no nothing. And so that winds up being, for me, a bit too sterile. And like I said, the only thing I've found when it comes to tiny homes are living with a bunch of other people where you're paying a rent. Besides paying for the tiny home, you're paying a space rent. And I don't want to be someplace where I'm paying a space rent on top of everything, and then they decide to sell where they're at. And then you'd have to find a place to move everything, and that is a nightmare. I've seen that happen to too many people with mobile homes or any of those types of communities. And you never know when they're going to raise the rents, etc. So yeah. That is not appealing to me. Same thing with buying a home in an HOA. Never. No. Yeah, I want my home that's my home where somebody's not telling me what color I have to paint it and what I have to do this and all the rules and regulations. There's nothing, you know, it doesn't feel like you have any kind of freedom. I would never buy in an HOA. Okay, so yeah, if I had the choice between an HOA and living in my car, guess which one I would pick? I'll be in my car. I'll be living in the gypsy, okay? Because I like to have that freedom. I want to make my own choices. I don't want somebody else telling me what I have to do. I'm just funny that way, I guess. I enjoy my freedom too much. But, yeah. Anyway, that's what happened with my day today. And I did get a couple more of the dresses. The black one came today. I'm going to like the black. So that's going to be good. I like the black. And the darker green one came today. So there's a darker green, the light green, the dark green. Light green, dark green. So those came today. I still have a dark navy blue coming. And I think that might be it. There was another one I'm kind of thinking about. It's a bright, bright pink. Really bright pink. Almost neon. I am very much considering that because I do like bright colors. I may have to do it. I may have to do the bright pink. Yep. So anyway, yeah. All good. All good. But yeah, I have to say it did feel good to get that done. I had 2 bags full of stuff to throw away. And next I tackle the freezer. And I'm sure it will look equally as bare when I get done with it. Which will feel good, actually. So anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here. And how was your day?